Today on our show, man, Comicon has just happened. So you know what we're going to be doing? We're going to be living in a trailer, but not in an Alabama type way, not in a Jeff Sessions way. No, we're living in the movie trailers, and we're taking you with us next on the Nerdynomicon. Welcome to the Nerdynomicon. I'm Robbie.
And I'm Adrian.
And Adrian, are you ready to live in the trailers? Because we've got so many trailers to talk about today.
We have way too many trailers to talk about today.
There's a few of them that I know for a fact we're going to be talking about. You know, lots of these have got me hyped, but there's just not much in the trailer itself to get excited about. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What do you think? Should we jump right in?
Yeah, we got a shit ton of shit to get through. Not that it's all shit. I'm surly. How was your week? I've been having a not great week. It's been okay. We got to start this off wrong. We didn't even
Fair enough.
Didn't even ask each other. We don't even talk anymore, Robbie.
We talk, man. I reach out to you. Something always brings me back to you.
I'm never wait to so about you.
I know you've been wrong, believing for so long. I have no idea if I even got those lyrics right. My week's been really good, man. It's been really, really good. By the time this episode drops, either the day it drops or the day after, I was actually invited on to Irrational Fears to celebrate their first year as a podcast. They invited me on for their live stream, and they're reading or have read, depending on what day this comes out, Friday or Saturday, an original story that I actually wrote right for them. So it's called Sleepless, and if you haven't checked out their live stream, it's going to be up on their podcast feed when Anthony's done editing, cutting it, and making me sound all sorts of pretty. So definitely check it out, man. I haven't recorded it yet, so this is kind of like a time paradox, but I can guarantee you it's going to be a fucking phenomenal show. This is like a time paradox. I'm trying to review a show I haven't even done yet as a guest, but I can guarantee you, man, Anthony and Amanda are two really fun, really engaging podcasters. They love horror. They're phenomenal at what they do. Their audio narration skills are off the fucking charts. I mean, if you like the way we talk, because Adrian, you've just got you've got a lot of sex in your voice. You know, it's impossible not to listen to Adrian just ripping apart something with a surly, sarcastic attitude and not be like, I can picture him naked. I don't really know what he looks like, but I can picture him naked. It's impossible not to do that when listening to Adrian's voice alone.
That's just because it's summer in Texas, man. Everyone's naked here because it's so fucking hot.
But my point is, you guys, if you haven't listened to Irrational Fears, you should check them out. Their audio narration skills, there's something about Anthony's voice in particular that's just very soothing yet very unsettling when he does some of his character voices. It's just very, very engaging. And Amanda is off the charts talented. And speaking to you guys from the past, narrating or reviewing a show that has not been recorded yet, it's an amazing show. You should check it out. Besides, I'm on it. Yay me!
Well,
how was your week, Adrian?
It's been busy. There's a lot of work and not a lot of sleep. So I'm struggling a little bit. But I'm here and I'm ready to go. Can you feel the energy?
I can feel it, dude. I can feel it. Can you feel these nipples? I feel the energy coming off of you, man. You're radiating it.
I'm irradiating it.
All right, guys, so what we're going to be doing for you today, we're going to be taking things a little bit different. We're combining our news and review section for this episode. Our main topic for tonight is going to be the barrage of Comicon trailers that has happened to us. See, I'm going to sound like a surly old man right now, because I remember back in the day with Comicon when the only trailers that seemed to drop were the trailers for movies that had to deal with comic books. That is not the case anymore. Every fucking trailer comes out at Comicon, so we've broken it down to the ones that actually got us excited, at least in some small way. Maybe not all of these made us go wowzers in our trousers, but they made us cock our head to the side and go, huh, for better or for worse. Would you agree with that analysis, Adrian?
I would. And you know what? I'm surprised at how many of these are Netflix properties. Just kind of looking at the list we got going. Netflix is fucking killing it.
Netflix like a motherfucking boss. Hulu needs to up their game. Yes, they just had immense success with The Handmaid's Tale. Oh, which, by the way, we need to review because I've gotten a lot of messages yelling at us for not reviewing The Handmaid's Tale.
Is it a series or is it just a movie?
It's a series. It's a Hulu series. It didn't go too long for the first season. I think it's only like maybe 10 or 11 episodes. They are hour long, and I'm not going to ruin yet another one of your weekends with 13 episodes about a tape recorder. So we'll space it out a little bit. I know you haven't seen any of it. So I've finished it. I loved it. That's a little spoiler for the episode.
Okay.
But I'll give you a couple of weeks to watch it. We just had a full-on feminist episode, so I'll give you a couple of weeks to watch this.
It's interesting that you talk about Hulu original properties because Tavio is watching, I think it's Hulu, it's a show called Casual, and I kind of walked in on it. And it seemed interesting, but by the end of the night, I was like, can we not watch this? It basically, and this is my very...
I've seen it, and I get that.
My very uneducated, not watched a ton of it, opinion on it is like... It's basically Hulu's Gilmore Girls, and I fucking hate Gilmore Girls. So I was like,
oh, come on, man. The Gilmore Girls are not terrible.
They're terrible. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just something about it towards the end of the night. I was just ready to punch something. I was just like in a murderous rage. Because it's just like, I felt like this stuff doesn't happen. Or if it did, it never happened to me. So I just don't relate to it. So I don't feel like it's real, or if it is, I hate the world that I'm not, I was never a part of it. So it's just like, like there's all these little things. It's just like, I'm a bitter,
Adrian,
surly person.
To be fair, granted, I live a very surreal life, but you've listened to Couldn't Be Models. The stories that we talk about, they're true. They've happened to Hobart Dickey and myself. And I wish you were there with us, because we got into a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, I feel like I missed out on a lot of things. Good and bad, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I missed out on a lot of bad stuff, too. So I'm not lamenting that, but
it
makes it hard.
Because there's plenty of experiences that we all had where we look back and just cringe, wondering, how the fuck did I survive that?
Yeah. So it just makes it hard to relate to certain things.
Right.
And this is one of those properties. And again, I didn't see a ton of it, but it just like... I don't know. We got most of the way through the first season, I think. And they're so whiny and they complain about everything. I was like, you know what? I get it. I get that things aren't great and you're complaining about it. But I just feel like most of their problems aren't real problems and they're all self-inflicted. So instead of complaining about what happened to you, start complaining about you being a dumbass and fucking fix it. That is my opinion on most of that show.
Maybe instead of just doing a Handmaid's Tale, maybe we should do a couple of episodes and do a Hulu month or something like that. Because there's a lot of really cool series on Hulu. They're not all like Casual, I promise.
Oh, no, I know. And it's not to say that it was a bad show or it was poorly acted or something. I just don't think I cared for the way it was written and the source material. So it just didn't resonate with me. That's not to say it's a bad show and that no one should ever watch it. I don't think it's for me.
It was not an Adrian show.
No.
Well, you know what? There's a bunch of stuff on this list that I really have a feeling is going to be for Adrian. What do you think? Should we dive right in?
Yes, we should.
All right. The first one that we've got up here that dropped at Comicon. It happened to us, man. Pacific Rim Uprising. That is the name of this trailer. Check the show notes, okay? Because I've got links to all of these trailers right on in there. So go ahead and click on the first one that you see. It's going to be Pacific Rim, and that's if you guys want to follow the bouncing ball. If not, the audio is going to be right here on the track. You guys are about to hear it. We've got the video queued up. Adrian, are you ready to check out the trailer for Pacific Rim Uprising?
Show am.
All right, let's do this.
What is a Jaeger?
What is a
Jaeger is
Jaeger?
the pinnacle of human invention.
Fucking A right, it is. Jaeger bombs! Jaeger
When
bombs!
monsters came, we did not wait for heroes to fall from the sky and save us.
Dude, they're talking about my
We
dating
saved
life in my early
ourselves.
20s.
Innovation is our superpower.
Fucking A right, it is.
What is a Jaeger?
Jaeger
It's
bombs.
you, times 1,000. Tall as a mountain, with a beating heart that burns as bright.
Dude, they are seriously talking about Jaeger bombs, because that's how I feel on Jaeger. It's me times 1,000.
Enabling us all to become the most heroic version of ourselves.
Join the Jaeger uprising.
GoJaeger.com is the website. Interesting. I'm not exactly sure what I just watched there.
Right. Yeah.
It's Pacific Rim 2. That is the epitome of what a teaser trailer should be. Something that gets me interested, whets my appetite, and gets me, wondering what's going to happen to me. But the way that just played, it felt like a cross between a trailer for a video game or some of that propaganda that they use in Starship Troopers.
Right, exactly.
I don't exactly know what I just watched there.
So I never watched the first Pacific Rim, so I may be a little
Dude,
out
you
of
are
the loop
fucking missing.
on this.
Are you serious? You never watched Pacific Rim?
No, I did not.
Oh my god. You love kaiju movies though, right?
You see, you keep using that term, and I have no idea what that means.
Giant monsters like Godzilla and King Kong and Mothra, King Ghidorah, Rodan.
They're okay. I'm not that into this. I feel like you're super into those movies, and I could take it or leave it.
Kaijus were a key to my childhood just because my dad loved really badly dubbed Godzilla movies way back in the day. He, to this day, claims he doesn't, but there's a reason why we had 4 VHS tapes filled with old Godzilla movies. To this day, I love Titanosaurus, and I can't tell you why. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoy kaijus, but Pacific Rim is not exactly Godzilla. It's not exactly something like that. It's awesome, is what it is. Guillermo del Toro movie, and it's one of those movies you just have to experience. It's like one part, Voltron, maybe, kinda, sorta-ish, but not really. Like maybe Power Rangers mixed with Godzilla to a degree, with a little bit of Stargate. So, yeah, I cannot believe you have not seen Pacific Rim, dude. That is your homework this weekend, is watching Pacific Rim. It's like 2 hours of your life, and it's not 2 hours you're never going to get back. This is a great movie. So, I'm very excited for Pacific Rim 2. I know that there are talks in the works to have Godzilla in the Pacific Rim universe, or have Pacific Rim crossover in some way over to Godzilla. I don't know, but I would love it if that happened. So Pacific Rim Uprising, this is happening. I'm actually interested. Not seeing the first Pacific Rim, what was your initial reaction watching that teaser?
I feel like it didn't show me anything. Like a lot like what you were saying. It seemed like a little propaganda style video, and it turns out it's for some resistance. What were the things called?
Kaijus?
No.
Jaegers.
Jaegers, yeah.
Jaeger bombs.
I feel like I've
Jaeger
heard
bombs.
that term
Jaeger bombs.
before.
Jaeger bombs.
I think it might have been in a video game or something. There actually might have been a video game called Jaeger, where you're in some kind of like a giant flying robot or something. Like, so I feel like I've heard that term before. I don't know that it's completely original. I could be wrong. But yeah, they didn't really show me anything other than, basic propaganda in a world that I don't understand what the rules are of it. Like I don't understand
Fair enough.
who's fighting who and who needs the propaganda or why. And then they show a guy that says, join the uprising, and he makes a motion, and then this big robot that it looks like he's inside makes the same motion. And I'm like, okay. So you get to pilot around in giant fighting robot suits, essentially, it sounds like.
Yes.
But
that is what happens, dude.
But why? That's
to fight kaijus.
But they don't ever show that. You know
that is correct. That is a very good point.
So it's just kind of like coming from this side, not having seen the first one. It's like, okay, so you have giant fighting robot suits. Why? It doesn't tell me anything. So that's my reaction. And I'm mildly interested, but I would probably, if we weren't talking about it and I saw that teaser trailer, I'd probably forget it and never go see it. To be like, oh, okay, whatever. Next.
Touché. All right. Well, you said the right word. Next. All right. Next one up. Ready Player One Comicon trailer. Now, we talked about this movie a little bit last week when I was talking about the body sizes of the two main characters, Wade Watts and Artemis. Mm-hmm. So this is before I've seen this trailer. I've only seen stills of a couple of things from production. Now we're going to watch the entire 2-minute, 3-second trailer. So are you ready for this one, Adrian?
Yep.
Let's do it.
I live here in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio, hometown. What?
In 2045, it's still ranked the fastest growing city on Earth.
Dude,
But
check out
sure
the
doesn't feel like it
stacks.
when you live in the stacks.
That's exactly how I pictured it reading the book.
They call
You're
our
going to get mad?
generation the
I never
missing
read the book.
millions.
I've been meaning to, but I haven't yet.
Missing
No,
millions
I hear you.
everywhere.
You should check out the audiobook. It's narrated by Will Wheaton.
Nowhere. Except the
Will
oasis.
Wheaton?
Will Wheaton. Dude, there is so
It's the only place that
much
feels like
Spielbergness in this trailer so far with that
Alone
music.
where the limits of reality are your own imagination.
Oh, I know exactly what scene that is. That's at the party. The Iron Giant! Holy shit! I love the Iron Giant. The holy grail of pop culture, that's accurate. Oh fuck, look at that, man! Scorpion thing. Freddy Krueger! Master Chief! Holy shit! Some dude with a fucked up face. Are you ready? Dude, after that, yeah, I'm ready. Okay, already, this is the best use of Rush ever, and that includes the entire decade of the 1980s. This goes out to our listeners that have read the book. Not necessarily you, Adrian, because you haven't read it. I'm going to go on record and say I hate the look of the Sixers.
You hate what?
The look of the Sixers. All the guys that got into those cars there, those are a group of people called the Sixers. I hate the look of them. Fucking DeLorean, man. Did you say that?
Mm-hmm. Looks good. Yeah, not knowing anything about the book. Oh, I mean, I've heard really good things. Oh, still going. And,
Boom, 2018.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. So, I feel like I was actually given a glimpse into the world of Ready Player One on that trailer, and I want to see more, and I want to see what it's about, And of course, I have heard great things about the book. I heard it's fantastic, and I still want to read the book at some point as well. But
I highly recommend reading that book before this movie comes out, or like I said, listen to the audiobook. It's narrated by Will Wheaton. It's a fantastic reading of it. Sometimes you get those audiobooks that are not really narrated well. You just don't care for the narrator. That is not the case here, man, because Will Wheaton is like a god to this entire geek culture thing that this book has going on.
So, yeah, I mean, just comparing that with the Pacific Rim, I feel like it shows me a lot more. Granted, it's even longer, so, but it gives me a glimpse of the actual universe that things are taking place in. So, it's gonna draw me in more because it actually shows me more. It gives me the opportunity to decide whether I want to be a part of that universe or not. By watching the property. So, Pacific Rim version 2, you suck. Trailer.
I made a comment when we were watching that trailer there. I hate the look of the Sixers. The Sixers are essentially the avatars used by a private corporation called IOI. and every one of them is registered to a different person that works for that company. Everybody's looking for the Easter egg, and they're all supposed to look identical, but they're not supposed to look like robotic things with just IOI on their face. That's not what they're supposed to look like. They're supposed to look like big, burly, strong, generically attractive guys.
Interesting.
And there's no difference with any of them. They all look like the exact same person. It's like an army of Hemsworths. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm relatively sure we've had 4 Hemsworths in the Marvel Universe already. They just keep dying in random surfing accidents, and we just happen to get the funny one coming out to the next Thor movie. So essentially, it's supposed to be an army of Hemsworths. And what it looks like we're getting is an army of...
iRobot.
Yeah. The Prince from Saga, maybe? I don't know. I really do not like the look of them, but that is only one detail out of this entire trailer that I've seen. I may have to, just like I did with Gal Gadot, when I found out that she's playing Wonder Woman, I may have to eat my words on everything negative that I've said so far, because this trailer has given me chills. I am so ready for Ready Player One. Are you ready? Yes, I am, Mr. Trailer. Yes, I am.
What did you say bad about Gal Gadot?
I personally did not think that she, just like I said about Artemis and Wade, I didn't think she had the body type for Wonder Woman. My words specifically before I saw BVS was, my penis should be afraid of Wonder Woman, and my penis is not afraid of Gal Gadot. My penis is happy looking at Gal Gadot.
Speaking of Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman, really quick, did you ever see this? It was floating around the internet when the movie first came out. There's that scene where they're at the party and she's in the dress, but she has the sword on her back and she's walking around with it. She wants to assassinate whatever. Did you ever see the drawing of like how she was like how that sword would go like straight down her back and then being held by her butt cheeks?
Yes, I did see that. I did.
It doesn't seem like a great way to shoot.
It's funny because it's true.
Right? Exactly.
All right, man. Next one up on the list is Bright, which I know nothing about. I read a couple of blurbs about this, and a bunch of people told me you need to have this on the list. So we're going to watch this, and I'm going to react with you because this is the first time that I'm watching this trailer. Are you ready for this, Adrian?
I think so.
All right, Bright is happening to us. Will Smith, we're in. We're in already.
Until Jaden shows up.
Dad bless you. What the fuck is happening? Are we in Hogwarts?
Fairy lives don't matter today.
Fairy lives don't matter today.
Right there. I'll take the little homie out LAPD style like you do.
LAPD style. Nice.
And you keep doing all your gangster stuff. I'm just trying to sell my house. Don't worry about that.
All right.
Everybody's just trying to get along and have a good life. All of the races are different. Just because they're different doesn't mean anybody's better or worse than anybody.
Hey, where's the diversity hire?
I got a dude in my car. I didn't ask for it, but the whole world is watching.
Interesting.
Hey, you don't like me. Man, I'm not out here to be your friend. I need to know if shit pop off that you got my back.
Can't hide it, Wood. Humans have physical tells. Like the face.
What's my face?
The human who needs a lot more conjugal love type face.
Do not wink at me.
I was wondering when this guy was going to work again. You know, the dude that Saruman sent off to kill Frodo. Can't tell me he doesn't look like him.
We are the cavalry.
So it's like Training Day.
Training Day with orcs? What the?
Okay, Fifth Element.
A magic wand. Oh, dude, that's badass. Okay. There's a tree? I don't understand the tree.
That's whatever you want. You want to be taller or shorter? You want $10 million?
Hey, the dude from the Mindy Project. And Suicide Squad. And the devil. Okay.
You gotta get out of this neighborhood. They're gonna kill you, then me. And that's when the stupid shit's gonna start.
Magic wand. We have to secure it.
They don't teach that at the academy.
No, they do not. They're gonna keep coming. Let's do it.
He's got Excalibur. Look at that. Oh, that's a good shot. That slow-mo shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what that song is. Dude, Netflix always brings it with the music in these trailers.
We might be in a prophecy. We're not in a prophecy. We're in a stolen Toyota Corolla.
Now that's just a part of the Will Smith formula as well. Every time he's in a trailer, he always has to rebuke the awesome line that somebody says and then he just drops the funny. That's part of the Will Smith formula there. But you know what? It's a formula because it works.
So I guess we're some kind of bright. Sorry.
Did that say that this was a movie or a series?
I feel like it's a movie, but I feel like it could be either. Like, I could see there being enough material for it to be a series, but I don't think Netflix has enough money to do a full series with Will Smith. I feel like it's a movie.
Right. You know what? I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is based on anything. The name does not sound familiar in the world of comics, at least comics that I've read. Maybe it's based on a book. That would be a question for Holly, because she's into the fantasy realms. I don't know, man. Based on what I just saw, it's like a mixture between like Lord of the Rings, Training Day, and Blade.
Yeah.
So
sign me up. I mean,
I'm fucking in.
Yeah, the music sounded good. The visuals and the production looks really good. I mean, I trust Netflix. Very rarely do they let us down. And so if they can get someone like Will Smith to sign on for it, you know they're going to have to do it right, because all eyes are going to be on that. You know?
Certainly accurate.
It's not like
certainly accurate.
Signing Adam Sandler to 7 shitty movies is like, you know what you're going to get. Like, but no, it's like, if you're going to get a big name star to come in and do something that's just for you, you better do it right. And so far it looks like they did.
Yeah. So Bright coming out, what did that say? December 22nd?
I have no idea. Sometime this year.
Yeah. Only on Netflix, December 22nd. So right before Christmas. Dude, I'm fucking in, man. I'm fucking in. Netflix, I'd tell you to take all my money for that, but you got my money. I'm already subscribed to you. I'm subscribed to you and I'm not going anywhere. So keep taking my monies, Netflix. Keep taking it.
And to quote, almost to quote you, but more to quote Eastbound and Down, referring to Pacific Rim Trailer 2, you're fucking out.
Nice. All right. Time to go from awesome to something that's... Well, it happened. I don't know why this is happening to us again so soon, but it is, in fact, happening. Brooke is going to get pissed. And either on YouTube or here on the podcast around October, you guys are finally going to hear her unnecessarily long rant about what we're about to watch. The last time I've heard her get emotional about this specific intellectual property, it went on for quite some time. I'm talking like 2 hours. So it might end up being a very long emotional rant. I'm not even going to bury the lead. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. This is Jigsaw. So here we go, man. 3, 2, 1. Why?
How many Saw movies have they made?
I think this makes 8.
Best ones are.
7 or 8.
You want mercy? Play by the rules.
I think I stopped watching after Saw 2.
I stopped caring after Saw 3.
Yeah.
I thought the trilogy as a trilogy was phenomenal. After that, it got really bad. It got unnecessarily bad. Dude, he's got a bucket on his head. They've all got buckets on their head. This is just something right out of a slapstick comedy. How many comedies have you seen where they've got buckets on their head? Hell, there was a dude with a bucket on his head running in Parliament, or running for Parliament, like last month. His name was Lord Buckethead. You know his name. Yeah. We know your name, Jigsaw. We know it. And there's the piggy.
Live or die. The choice is yours.
Are they trying to be the crack fox with that shot?
You know what happens if we don't follow the rules?
The blood under the fingernails of our victim, John Kramer, the Jigsaw killer.
That's impossible.
Oh, that was so cartoony. Oh my god, so cartoony.
Games can be won. It's Jigsaw.
And
No, it's not creepy at all.
dickhead right there taking my personality. Alright, so what the fuck is this supposed to be? A reboot or a sequel? I don't even understand, because we're still apparently living in this world where to continue on with things, you just give it a longer name.
Well,
So instead of like Saw 7, they just call it Jigsaw. Instead of Rocky 6, they just call it Rocky Balboa.
yeah, I think it's a sequel because they're talking about how the killer's supposed to be dead. Jigsaw's supposed to be dead. It can't be Jigsaw all throughout the thing. So it can't, I guess it could be a reboot, but that would be really weird to reboot the series after the main villain has been defeated allegedly. So I don't know. It seems like a continuation. I feel like the whole tone of the trailer was bizarre, but again, I'm not a big fan of the Saw movies, so maybe
Me neither.
Maybe I feel like when they started, it was a really dark series, and it was, but it seems like it's almost shifted to this like gore porn, lighthearted, like, haha, look what we're gonna do to these people. Like, look what awful things we're gonna do now. But it's almost lighthearted,
At least on my browser, right next to it, I've got a trailer for Cult of Chucky. And I can almost guarantee you that watching that trailer is going to be 10 times more enjoyable than the trailer that I just saw. I don't get as pissed off at the Saw movies as Brooke does, because I actually love the first 3. I think that they're really, really smart and really well put together. I think that they tell the entire story full circle. The problem that I have is because of the existence of the subsequent movies, they've neutered and ultimately perverted them.
Yeah.
So because of those other movies' existence, I can't even really enjoy the first 3 anymore. And I don't know. I think that this trailer had some cool visuals, and then toward the end, it just started showing how cartoony it truly could be, because there was nothing about that circular saw blade falling down in that sand with the girl's head popping up that looked real to me.
Yeah.
That looked like CG effect all day long. Even her reaction looked like it was CG'd onto some really bored girl.
Yeah, and it just like, I don't know, if you're trying to scare me or if you're trying to like make a horror movie, there has to be some weight behind the deaths. It's just like we're just gonna kill you, and we're going to do it in some really nasty way, and it's minorly related to something that you may or may not have done, and you may or may not deserve it. It's just like, I don't know. It's just, I felt like the first Saw was really interesting. As second Saw, I felt amped it up. I did not watch the third one. After I saw when the second one hit, and they were finding new terrible ways to like torture people, there's still weight behind it. There's still that, but now it's all goofy and dropping saw blades and buckets on heads and stuff, and it just, I don't know, it seems like it's making fun of itself at this point. I mean,
agreed.
There was no point in this trailer that I was cringed as much as I shudder even just thinking about it. There's the scene in the second movie, I think it is, where the guy picks up a girl and throws her into a vat of hypodermic needles.
Yeah, hypodermic needles.
To search her for a key or something, and like that was like I cannot take this serious anymore. Like that's too much for me. Like I finished that movie. It's like I'm not watching any more of these. This is too much for me, and on like a dark aspect. You know?
Oh, trust me, they get darker than that.
Exactly.
They get so dark that it almost seems like a Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote sketch. From like 4 on, it's like Wile E. Coyote if he didn't suck at life.
Mm-hmm. So
it's
so. I mean, so I don't know that I have the frame of reference to really judge the series, but from what I had seen of the series, granted a very long time ago, and what I'm seeing now, it's shifted wildly into almost a different genre, really.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is the problem that I have with horror, okay? I love horror movies. I love to be scared. I love a well-made horror movie. I love the social commentary and the black mirror that they can hold up to us as individuals or us as a society. I respect movies like that. I will never stop loving and appreciating movies like It Follows or Hush or Oculus or The Babadook. Insidious, the original Paranormal Activity, the first Blair Witch movie. I love these movies so much. Movies that scared me on a very visceral level. Movies that made me think. Movies that really kind of stretched my brain to try to figure them out, But then you have movies like this, where it's literally just, hey, how much blood can we put in there?
Yeah.
How many different unique ways can we have to kill people? That is not horror to me.
And
that gives horror a bad name. I just want that to have its own genre.
Yeah, it's not even like unique ways. It's like how many weird, convoluted contraptions can we put people in? It's like...
Freddy Krueger and Chucky are still at least enjoyable to watch when they're massacring their victims. They take pleasure and glee in what they do. And if nothing else, they're fucking funny. There's nothing that's supposed to be funny. I'm not saying that there's nothing that is funny, but there's nothing that's supposed to be funny about the Saw movies. The acting is arguable toward the end, but that's a whole nother story. I don't know. That one hurt my head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's clear it out. Let's go. Next one. All
right, next one. Next one is, I'm going to let you guys know, I'm going to be doing a review on this show probably next week, if not the week after, of the anime series. You guys can find that on either Netflix, Hulu, or both. One or the other. Of course, I'm talking about Death Note. Death Note is coming to us, and it's coming really, really quick. It's based on an anime that almost everybody that I know has seen. I am one of the few who has not. Now, don't look at me like that. I've seen a lot of fucking animes. I've seen Misa Makira. I've seen all the Ghost in the Shells. I've seen stuff that you probably have forgotten about. Saturday Animes on Sci-Fi Channel. It got me into a lot of these. Golf Force, The Eternal Story, 8 Man After, Vampire Hunter D, Ninja Scrolls, all of these old ones, man. Catgirl Nuku Nuku. Don't you fucking judge me. I watched it and I loved it, and I can still sing that ending theme song in Japanese. I don't really know what I'm saying, but I can sing the words. But Death Note I've never seen. So I'm going to check out the anime series, and I'm going to do a review here on the channel. Adrian, I'm not going to force you to watch anime because I don't know your personal style.
I don't have anything against anime. I never got super into it, but as I said, I don't have anything that's against it. I've watched Cowboy Bebop, and I enjoyed that.
Oh, that's a good one.
My brother watched, and I borrowed his DVDs of Excel Saga, which is kind of an anime that makes fun of everything.
I know very well what Excel is. I like Excel a lot.
I enjoyed that. I used to watch it's kind of borderline anime, I would kind of say. Like, I watched Big O when that was on Adult Swim, and so I have
borderline anime.
Yeah, I have some exposure, but I haven't really gone out of my way to watch a lot of it. I didn't realize this was based on an anime. I also didn't realize it was available. Do you know how many episodes the anime is?
I want to say 20 half hour, but don't quote me on that.
Okay. That
it is a different country. So I know, like, for instance, England is very well known for having like 3 episodes a season for certain shows.
Right.
And 15 for a different show. I really don't know. I think I heard 20 somewhere, but don't quote me.
So, I mean, I'm definitely interested in it, especially knowing that this upcoming trailer and this, I think it's a Netflix movie. I don't think it's a series. It's going to be based off of that anime. I would be interested in it, but then again, finding time for 20 half-hour episodes is difficult.
You know, it's very difficult for me too. I might just review like the first 9 or 10. You know, just maybe the first story arc. So I don't know. I'll check them out, see how many episodes there are, and see what we have time for. But let's take a look at this trailer, man. This is Death Note coming to Netflix real soon.
All the people that make life miserable.
Oh, he's going down.
Make life dangerous.
Girl's going at him like Jessica Jones, and the boy goes down. Why is the boy going down? Close up of an apple. That makes no sense.
It's original sin.
Does. I don't know. All right, touche.
Shall die. Shall we begin?
Dude, it's the lead singer from The Cure.
You're a death god.
Shut up, Adrian. That was a good joke.
What exactly can I do with this?
Is that Willem Dafoe?
Put your name down.
Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe's name sounds like a parrot sitting on a bullfrog.
Solve all crime. Do you think that I'm crazy?
I think you're not crazy enough.
Or something like that.
We could change the world.
The killer is taking credit for over 400 deaths. Although we do not know how he kills his victims, we do know he's not some omnipotent.
Interesting. So Anonymous is pissed at him.
Like you or me.
Without the
You're the
Guy
one
Fawkes
going to the
Max.
sun. I'm just here to make sure you burn.
We're not the good guys anymore.
Hope you know what you're doing.
August 25th. So this is happening soon.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, you will not survive.
Hey, they ripped that off from The Happening.
They want.
Yeah, but The Happening kind of sucked.
Kinda sucked? Dude, it was awful. Oh, it was so bad.
I was trying to be Robbie positive on it. Kind of sucked was as good as I could get.
No, Robbie is positive that The Happening was just one of the worst movies. Oh my god, it was terrible. That trailer has me very intrigued. That trailer makes me want to wrap up with this podcast very quickly and start on the anime series. I have no idea what lead singer from The Cure was doing over there cackling and whatnot, but I'm in. I'm in a big bad way. What I'm confused about is maybe it has to do with budgetary concerns, or maybe they're considering this like a film version pilot. I know that there's a bunch of episodes for Death Note. It seems kind of weird to try to squeeze it all into one movie, or maybe this movie's just going to be inspired by Death Note. So, I don't know. I'm interested in checking this out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if people are disappointed first, if they're big fans of the anime and this is the only thing that they get, it's a movie adaptation and it's, 90 minutes and it's not going to cover all the nuance and everything that they want.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised. But that doesn't mean it's going to be bad. I will say one thing about Netflix and this trailer. You sent my girlfriend Tavia a push notification about this, and she watched it, and then she said, we should watch this tonight. And we were looking for it, and it's like, I think that's just the trailer. So you sent us a push notification about a trailer for a show that isn't available yet. Don't do that. That's bullshit. Show me a trailer.
Oh, so you've seen this trailer previously then, huh?
Yes, I had seen it once before. So, but still, I mean, it looks great. It looks really, really interesting.
It does.
It's a fantastic concept.
Yep.
Knowing now that it's based off an anime, it probably won't hold up to the depth that the anime can go into if it's just a 90-minute or even a 2-hour movie. But that doesn't mean it can't do at least some justice to the source material.
Agreed.
But yeah.
Or maybe they take it in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be very, very interested to see what's up with apples. Because I realize I made a joke about that, and maybe your facetious reply back was accurate, but it seemed like that apple was pretty out on Front Street, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that has something to do with something in the anime?
Maybe. I don't know.
Should I make that a prediction?
You can.
All right. Duly noted. What else we got here? Marvel's Inhumans. That's another one that's come out. Don't worry, we are almost done with this list. Or at least pretty damn close. Marvel's Inhumans. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this. It's going to be a series that's coming out on, I believe it's ABC, which would make sense. So I'm going to go ahead and say right now, ABC this fall. And I'm excited to see what's going on with this one. I haven't watched this trailer yet. I've just got it on the list. So you ready to dive in?
Yes, let's do it. This is
Sooner or later, the humans
this is how Marvel gets around mutants being in Fox's wheelhouse, right?
Yeah, I believe so. They just call them Inhumans instead of mutants.
Is that the chick
Now,
from
that is some
Will
red
and Grace?
hair.
Are we supposed to follow our
I think it might be.
and remain as silent as he is? We need to go to Earth now. We've been hiding here too long. Let's go.
What the fuck is Ramsay Bolton doing here?
If we were on Earth, we would have a glorious planet to live on, thrive on.
I'm very uncomfortable already.
Talking about betraying your brother. You're talking
He's gonna
about
rape her.
treason.
You're blind to his intentions. Right or wrong, he's dangerous.
What I'm talking about is freedom. Freedom for all.
Freedom for the North.
Are you going to use your voice to kill your only brother? Stop it! What the?
Huh. Filmed with IMAX cameras. Yeah, I was right. ABC?
We will not let anyone or anything stop us. We will create our destiny. Nothing can keep us from being free.
Interesting. That is one big ass fucking dog, and I want one. I just want to snuggle the puppy and be like, oh, you love me, don't you, giant ass puppy that could eat me in one bite. You would just kiss me and love me and nuzzle my face no matter what kind of a person I am.
I feel like you should go first on this one. Because I'm going to rip all your positivity down.
I like it, man. I think this looks kind of cool. I'm terrified of Ramsay Bolton, but I'm already in. I'm already going to go ahead and assume that he's going to be like the big bad villain, which, you know what, he excels at. He absolutely excels at that. I thought he's great as Simon in The Misfits, but you can even argue that he's a bit of a villain. I don't know what the dog's doing in there. I don't completely understand everything that I've seen here. I'm not huge into the source material for the Inhumans, so I have very little frame of reference. So, just based on what I'm seeing here, I don't know, man. I'm in. I like this. I like what I'm seeing.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I mean, I can't exactly sit here and gush about it.
Okay, here comes that negative Robbie. There we go.
I can't sit here and gush about it. I really can't. It's just simply because I don't know the source material. It may have been shot on IMAX cameras, and it looks like it's got a production value that's extremely high. However, it looks good, but I don't exactly know what's happening. It has given me no plot points to really tie the story together, at least in this trailer. I hope I've got the right trailer here too, but I don't know. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm not sure if it's going to be one of my weekly shows. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it's going to be any sort of Flash, Supergirl, or Legends. But
I feel like it looks cheap. Like,
you think it looks cheap?
I don't.
Is it because of the puppy?
The effects don't look believable. None of the effects really looked all that believable. The fighting, the little martial arts where the guy is fighting the dudes with the guns didn't look particularly well choreographed or trained. Granted, small snippet. Very, very small snippet. I don't know. I don't know that much about the Inhumans. I know a little bit. I know that that guy who he was being taunted. It's like, oh, are you going to use your voice or your words to kill me or whatever? I think that character is Black Bolt, and apparently he keeps silent because he can like destroy the world with his voice. So he basically doesn't say anything ever, and he grunted and that fucking car went flying, which also looked cheap as fuck. It just didn't. I don't know.
Oh, come on, that looked cool.
That
looked really cool.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to turn out well. I really don't. I'm not impressed with that trailer. I'm not impressed with I'm holding this up to like our Netflix Marvel stuff. And I don't know if that's fair, but
I don't think that that's fair. I think that if you want a good comparison, dude, you got to hold it up to the Gotham lens. Gotham or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I haven't watched either of those because I just feel like, they're not giving me what I want. It's this like
Gotham will never give me what I want.
It's like watered down superhero experience it's not as good. Like it's not as super as all the other superhero stuff, and it's longer and more drawn out. And it's like
accurate.
Why would I sign up for that when I can get something that is, longer and also still feel super with the Netflix series that I'm getting,
That's
I
fair.
feel like I don't have to compromise. I mean, I watched it super late, but I was gushing to you over the fight scene or the hallway choreography of Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil. I don't see anything like that. I don't see anything anywhere like the stuff that I was seeing in Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and even Iron Fist. I don't see anything like that in this trailer at all. And it's kind of like, well, we've had so many bad video game movies. We've had so many bad superhero movies. It's like, why am I going to put myself through what looks like it's going to be not a great superhero show? Especially if I'm not connected to the source material.
Fair.
Like I know a very
Fair.
little bit about it. But if you can't wow me with your special effects, then you have to wow me with your characters. And they didn't do that either.
Now, I don't know. I get what you're saying. I'm going to give it a shot, but just like anything else, you've got probably 4 episodes to grab me and keep me. There's been a lot of shows in the last couple of years that has not been able to do that. Unfortunately, that show Powerless was one of them. And I love Danny Pudi. I wanted that show to be so good, but it wasn't. It really was a bad show. Couldn't find the tone. It didn't know what it wanted to be. So I stopped watching really quickly. And incidentally, it got canceled. I'm going to give this show the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give it a chance. It's got a couple of actors in it that I really like. I really admire. I don't know. I think jury's going to be out on this one, at least for me. I really feel like this is the first one where we're split. I think we're pretty much in each other's corners on everything else tonight, which is rare, actually. We usually fall down hard on one side or the other.
No, I feel like we like a lot of the same stuff and have similar opinions. I think you're a little easier on stuff than I am. I'm usually a little harder if we're talking about like our grading scale. But we still like the same stuff typically, and we still...
Yeah.
But this is one of those things where I would rather... It's like, instead of giving this to ABC and touting that it was shot with IMAX cameras, like, that doesn't do anything to me in a trailer. I don't give a fuck that it was shot with IMAX cameras and it's going to be an IMAX screen. It's like, that doesn't do anything for me. Like, if that's what you're hanging your hat on and as part of this trailer, like, I'm already wary. Like, you know what I mean?
I get that.
I mean,
Netflix
I get that. Like, we shot it in 4K. It's like, well, nobody cares. Like, I mean, if it is shot in 4K and it's done well and the show is good, awesome. But if it's shot in 1080p and the show is good, awesome. The media the medium that it's on or the resolution doesn't matter if your content sucks. And it's too early to tell, and it's a very negative view to take, but I was not very impressed with the content. So bragging about how you shot it actually it's like an extra mark against you in my book. It's like you can't figure out something else to say. It's like, well, we shot it in IMAX. Like, well, good for you. You know, I could shoot a turd in IMAX. Doesn't mean anybody wants to see it.
Fair enough, man. All right, moving right along. This one you've been excited about. I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce this one in because you were shocked and blown away by this movie and by the first one. And you kind of forced me into watching it, and I completely agreed. This movie was incredible. Kind of a sleeper hit, and there's been so much hype around this sequel. Adrian, introduce this in.
I can't remember how I initially described the movie to you. I feel like I said it was a marriage. It was like if The Matrix and James Bond had a baby and raised it on like Mountain Dew and Pixie Sticks. I was like, that's this movie.
Yep. That is almost verbatim what you said to me.
It was something along those lines. And it was so unexpected. And it was fantastic from a special effects standpoint, and the story was fun and engaging and interesting, but it also didn't take itself too seriously. It was a perfect blend of all of these fantastic aspects that just really, really just made this phenomenal, humorous action movie that spoofs, the spy thriller, genre. Of course, I'm talking about Kingsman, and if you haven't seen the first Kingsman movie, see it. It is unbelievably fun. It's really, really great. If you like action movies,
I can attest to that.
If you like spy movies, if you like, action-y comedy movies, like, you're gonna have a blast. And if you
it's so much fun.
If you haven't heard about it, it's because people aren't telling you. It's because you have shitty friends. I'm gonna be your good friend. And I'm gonna tell you, you need to watch this movie. It's fucking awesome. You should be able to rent it for a couple bucks somewhere. And when you're done, you can tweet at us and tell the world how awesome I am for telling you that you have to watch this fucking movie. So go watch Kingsman. We're going to watch the trailer for the sequel, Kingsman: The Golden Circle, are you ready, Robbie?
Ferris wheel. Taylor's shop in London.
So I've already watched this.
Maybe you've heard of us?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I've seen this trailer twice already myself, and I'm very happy with what I'm seeing.
Oh, yeah. The way it's shot as well is just well done. The
yes.
Special effects on the action scenes. And I like how they don't hold back.
They're the color palette that they use.
They're going to blow up everything, and they're going to show you right away. And then they're going to say, and here's how we're going to fix it.
We'll be working side by side.
Let's get started.
Halle Berry. Channing Tatum. Was that Justin Timberlake?
Brains, skills, skipping rope.
It's a lasso.
Whatever.
Oh man, look at this. Jeff Bridges.
It's very American.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, so fucking badass.
Manners maketh man.
Do you know what that means?
Very, very excited.
So fucking badass.
Very excited.
I'm very hyped for that one, man. Hashtag get hype. The color palette is what I love about these movies. It's not quite super saturated, but it's almost there. It brings a feeling of whimsy. And here's how I want to describe it. It's Robert Rodriguez meets Tim Burton, almost. It's got the ultraviolence of a Robert Rodriguez movie with a fun, colorful palette. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like the happy version of the Tim Burton stuff. You know what I mean? Like in the super saturated colors, not the muted colors that he uses for the juxtaposition. That's what I mean by that. But not quite pastels. All right, so maybe Burton is a bad analogy. Fuck you all.
Very bad.
I'm going
analogy.
home.
Sorry, I was going to call you.
You
out
know
on
what
that.
I'm trying to say, though. It's a happier version of Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, and the action sequences are fucking phenomenal. And maybe it's not fair because we played this right after the Inhumans, and it's very different properties with very different budgets for very different. We're talking about a giant movie sequel versus a launch of a new series on a network TV. But I mean, like this is the kind of thing that I want to see. I want to see great stunts and great special effects, and I want it to look fun, but entertaining, and I want there to be big stakes. I mean, they're blowing up buildings and taking out the leaders of this organization that was the most important thing in the first movie, and they're showing you that in the first 30 seconds of the trailer. They're like, shit's going down.
Exactly. Oh, dude, I cannot wait for the Kingsman.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for this movie. Yep. All right, excellent. On to the next one. This one's nice, short. I'm going to call it a cookie. We got Krypton. Are you ready for this, Adrian? We'll talk a little bit about this. I just want to get your initial reaction.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, we got some sort of reverse explosion here. Discover the lineage of a guy slapping another guy across the face.
The blood of House L will always bind us together.
And that's all we get. We just get something very, very small. Krypton, it's coming to Sifi. That's what's happening here. Just because, they love those dramatic stories where all of the awesome stuff either didn't happen yet or it's happened a long time ago. So that there's a reason that Caprica stuck around for about 9 or 10 seasons, isn't it? That's what I've always wanted to see about Superman right there, is Krypton 2 generations before he was born. I've always wanted to see his great-grandpa on a planet that doesn't have a yellow sun, so their genetic makeup is not enhanced. They can't fly, they can't punch through metal. They're basically just a bunch of dudes that have an S as their family's coat of arms. Why the fuck would I want to watch this?
Are you being facetious?
No, I'm being serious.
You have no interest
What
in
is
it
the
at all?
fucking point?
I don't know. You can see how they destroyed the planet. It'll be like a forewarning about how we're destroying the Earth.
Dude, I've seen Supergirl. I know how the planet was destroyed. They've already talked on that one. They talked about that plenty. We've seen Zod. We've seen Kara's aunt. I don't need to see that. Let alone 2 seasons back, or 2 generations back. I don't want to see his grandfather dancing around doing absolutely nothing.
Is it literally 2...
bleeding onto an S?
Is it literally 2 generations back, or are you just guessing?
No, it's literally 2 generations back.
Okay.
It's supposed to start out with, I believe Kal-El's grandfather is supposed to be the main character.
Okay, that's fair.
So
I was going to say...
Here's the thing about Krypton. They don't have a yellow sun. Superman's Kryptonian biological makeup is enhanced by Earth's yellow sun, which is why he can fly, why he's got the laser eyes, why he at certain points became a being of pure energy. That is why he has all of these abilities. Krypton doesn't have that, so it's essentially a bunch of people that aren't humans, they're Kryptonians, but basically they're just a bunch of dudes. That's it.
I was going to say, if it wasn't 2 generations back, I would use the Knights of the Old Republic argument on you. As saying, if we love the Star Wars universe, but, we're like, why do I want to see stuff that's way before anything important that happens? It's like, well, if you go super far back, you can also have really interesting stuff going on, too. I mean, Knights of the Old Republic, one of the best Star Wars games ever put out.
If not the best Star Wars game ever put out.
Yeah, but...
I
again,
agree with that.
That
yes.
is the distant past. That is
yes.
a long time before the trilogy movies that we're seeing, first, second, or third
exactly.
trilogy. But yeah, this being 2 generations removed. You can't really use that argument. So
no, you can't.
It's interesting.
It becomes Caprica, essentially. Okay,
yeah.
It becomes fucking Caprica, and Caprica was a cool idea, but you capitalized on absolutely nothing. I don't know. Have you seen Caprica, by the way?
No.
Have you seen Battlestar?
No.
Then having this conversation with you is going to be absolutely worthless.
Yes.
Fair enough. With that in mind, let's move on to the next one. We're going to skip this one right here. We're going to go down to our last three. Because the last three, at least for me, dude, we're kind of up against the clock here. And these last three, they all make me go wowzers in my trousers.
Okay.
I don't know about you.
Well, we'll just to let people know, we're skipping the Justice League trailer because Aquaman sucks.
Aquaman looks amazing in these trailers, dude. But yes, generally as a rule, Aquaman sucks.
As a hero, he's lame.
Yeah, he talks to fish. But then again, in Justice League, he's going to be played by Jason Momoa, a.k.a. Conan, a.k.a. Khal Drogo. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in for that alone.
I don't know. It'll be interesting, but I still don't trust DC. They did really well with Wonder Woman. But
that's it.
Yeah, but that's it. So I need a little more of a track record before I'm on board with all your shit.
I completely agree. I could not agree with you more. But I'll tell you one thing that has me in like a motherfucker, and that is fucking Stranger Things. And we've got the Season 2 trailer ready to go here. Are you ready for this, Adrian? You've seen Season 1, right?
Oh, yeah. Season 1 was amazing.
Oh.
And Season 2 looks even better.
Yes, it does. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
We gotta do this? Let's engage.
Oh, we're gonna do this. Dude, do you remember Dragon's Lair?
Yes.
Oh my god, fucking Dragon's Lair like a motherfucker. I'm cursing so superfluously right now. Just gratuitous cursing, but I cannot help it. Dragon's Lair, I loved it so much.
Yeah. I love the setting of this movie, or the series.
Yeah, me too.
And they've done a really good job with that transition. Like, Stranger Things 1 was really good, and it was kind of creepy. This looks dark as fuck.
Yes, it does. Dude, it looks so eldritch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could almost see Cthulhu coming through the clouds like this. You know?
Mm-hmm. Netflix is killing it, man.
They really are.
Not really.
I saw something.
Oof.
What is it?
Winona Ryder was really leering at that one.
I don't know.
What happened to the pumpkins? And your hair?
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand.
Dude, Thriller.
Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found.
And of course, they're dressed up as Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm. Because why wouldn't you at that time, you know? Oh my god. I love these kids. Dude, the soundtrack is just on point.
What does it want? Not me. Everyone else.
Dude. This looks more Silent Hill than any of the film adaptations.
Please, give me a sign.
Oh, 11. Oh. Oh my god. Cute little Akira's coming back, dude. Holy shit, that looks great.
And it's coming soon. End of October.
Yes, it is. End of October. Right there, ready for Halloween, man. Oh, I'm going to have to call off of work. I'm just going to have a Stranger Things day. I'm still going to take Max to daycare, but I'm just going to lock myself and my wife. I'm going to kidnap my wife. We're just going to hang out in the bedroom. We're just going to watch nothing but Stranger Things.
Sounds good.
We'll take a little bit of a break once we pick up Max from daycare, feed him, play with him, put him to bed, and just go back to Stranger Things. And then maybe do some Stranger Things.
Our schedules are getting fucking full. Death Note,
Yes.
Stranger Things,
Oh my
Kingsman, Jigsaw. Just kidding, not that one. Ready Player One.
I'll
Bright.
see it, dude, but I'm not paying the admission at the movie theaters. I'm gonna wait till Netflix on that bitch. Okay.
Or you could pull the old Adrian, go see a different movie, and then sneak into that one. That way you've paid for one movie, and then it doesn't matter if that one's if Jigsaw's
If there
there.
is any movie that I would do that to, it is Jigsaw. Because I don't really want that movie to have my cost of admission. Because that's going to do nothing but show the studios that I will pay to go see Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Now, I saw It Follows in theaters. I saw Oculus in theaters. I've seen many a movie that I've respected in theaters. Because fuck you, you deserve my money. I want you to keep making movies like that. Jigsaw? Hell no. I'll sneak into the theater. And as if the rest of this episode was not enough, next one we got coming up being brought to us by Netflix.
Love you,
Netflix.
Netflix.
It's just on top of everything. Everything good happens from Netflix anymore, man. It's everywhere. This is the latest trailer for Marvel's The Defenders. You ready to let this happen?
Yes.
The thing about war is
War never changes.
it only works if both sides
Damn
say
it.
they're the good guys.
They missed the Fallout quote.
The truth is, we're not so different. We fight to get back what was once ours.
So many Billy Clubs. And then Luke Cage just walks through. There's Jessica. Dude.
But in the end, and this is the end, it's just a city. You'll get used to watching them fall.
Elektra.
I think we're safe for now. We need to figure out our next move. No, there is no next move.
And there is no we.
What is that? We're not here to eat. Are those pork? No, that's shrimp. Oh, this guy's got pork.
God, you're weird.
Nice.
I'm not looking for super friends.
Shit.
God, I love Jessica Jones.
Can't fight these people. Not even with whatever it is your hand can do. It's cheap.
It's not.
They're hunting our friends, our families, and they're not gonna stop there.
Patty.
More
Body
death is
stick.
And the only thing keeping Manhattan from crumbling to a pile of dust
Let him go.
is the four of you.
The war for New York.
Back from the dead.
Not yet.
Dude, such badass.
Nice ears.
They're horns.
I can see you've formed a kind of bond. I promise you it's temporary.
Elektra.
They will disappoint you.
Jessica. Like it or not, we belong out there together.
Fighting Sigourney Weaver. Goddamn right.
I'm glad we found each other.
I'm not hugging you.
Fucking badass.
It's been a long week.
Nice. August 18th. Holy shit, there's so much going on. This happens, and then the week right after is Death Note.
I know, we gotta start getting our calendar in order.
We really do. Oh my god, we're going to be scheduled so far out with all this shit. Well, Adrian, what do you think of The Defenders?
I'm very excited. I hope it trends more towards the Daredevil Season 1 and 2 and Jessica Jones than it does towards Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Not that they are awful shows, but they were definitely the weaker series of those, I guess.
Of those two, yeah.
So we'll see. It's going to be fun to see them all interacting. I think it's only 8...
With Sigourney Weaver.
Yes, I think it's only 8 to 10 episodes, so they shouldn't have that 13 episode, like,
Right.
You know,
that sounds
too much.
about right. I think I remembered hearing somewhere between 6 and 8.
So I thought 8 to 10. So we'll say 8, and we'll be.
We're gonna say 8, and we're gonna stand by it like a sentry. We're gonna stand by it like a defender. We're gonna defend that number with our lives, Adrian Steve. Do you like it?
I'm excited. As I said,
all right.
I really, really liked. I liked all the Netflix stuff, though I do feel like Daredevil, especially season 2, was among the stronger ones, as was Jessica Jones. So if we get more of that quality to bring up the kind of the trailers of Luke Cage and Hobo Fist or whatever, like if we can
Hobo Fist,
if we can pull them up as opposed to pulling down Daredevil and Jessica Jones, then I think we're in good shape.
I can agree with that. I can agree 100% with that. As I've said multiple times, I just want to throw this back out there just to hammer it home in people's heads. All of my problems with Iron Fist could have been avoided with a mask and a stunt double. That's all I needed.
Yeah. But they didn't for whatever reason.
Maybe they learned their lesson. I don't know.
It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like he's wearing the mask at all. So we'll see.
All of those shots, for all we know, came from the first episode.
True. Very true.
Netflix is known to do this. So we've got one left, and that is the second trailer for Thor Ragnarok. This trailer has gotten me... the first trailer got me extremely hyped. I've seen and made memes about it. I typically do not like the Thor movies. I think... How do I put this mildly? They suck.
I still need to see the second one. I've seen the first one.
No,
and it
you
was
don't.
Okay. I'm going to. I still need to see Iron Man 3. There's like a couple of pockets of Marvel Universe that I haven't fully covered. So Thor 2 is on there. Iron Man 3 is on there. There's a couple stragglers here and there.
I think those are the only two that are that bad. Iron Man 3, that's unfair. Iron Man 3 was actually not terrible. I think you'll enjoy that one. Thor Dark World, learn from me, Adrian. It's a bad movie. It's probably the worst of the Marvel movies.
But that's still better than most other movies, probably. So,
yeah, that's true.
So I'm willing to give it a shot. As if it sucks, I just won't remember it and I won't talk about it. But if it.
Do you know what does not look like the worst of all Marvel movies?
Thor Ragnarok.
Fucking A right. Are you ready to watch this trailer?
Yep.
So much has happened since I last saw you. I lost my hammer, like yesterday, so that's still pretty fresh.
Oh, he lost Meow Meow.
And then I went on a journey of self-discovery.
He's got an electrocuted net. Like a fishy. So badass.
Yeah, it's got this whole 80s thing going on.
Yep. I've noticed this and I'm loving it.
Hela, the goddess of death, has invaded Asgard.
Oh, I've missed this.
She looks so good.
And you and I had a fight recently.
Did I win?
No, I won, easily.
Sound right?
Well, it's true.
Well, it's true.
Asgard is dead.
Nice.
And it'll be reborn in my image. I thought you'd be glad to see me.
I need to stop her here and now to prevent Ragnarok, the end of everything. So I'm putting together a team. Like the old days.
Dude, look at Valkyrie. Valkyrie like a boss.
Surprise. This will be such fun.
Dude, is Loki's hair CG'd?
Maybe.
That doesn't even look like a wig. It looks like bad CG hair.
Here we go. I'm not a queen or a monster. I'm the goddess of death.
So badass.
What were you the god of again?
Lightning, bitch.
Does it got lightning or thunder? I thought it got a thunder.
God of Thunder, but
We're the same, you and
Thunder
I. Just a couple of hot-headed fools.
Yeah, same. Hulk like fire, Thor like water.
Well, kind of both like fire.
But Hulk like raging fire, Thor like smoldering fire.
Oh man, that looks like the best Thor movie that they possibly could make.
It looks like a lot of fun. Yep.
Yes, it does. And you're right, that 80s inspiration kind of reminded me of the opening to Glow, honestly.
Right?
I'm in a big bad way for this. I make fun of the Hemsworths all the time, but you know what? That's because they're so fun. And this particular Hemsworth, he's funny. He's got some comedic chops. So, Adrian, anything else that you want to say about this movie before we close it out?
No, I think it looks good. It looks much better than apparently Thor 2 ever could have been or was. So,
so bad. It's so terrible.
I find it really interesting that it has like an 80s feel to it, because it's not the 80s, and it's not...
Even at all?
Yeah, and it's not the Earth, so even if it was the 80s, it'd be the 80s on some other planet, which would not be the same. It's an interesting choice. I don't know why they did it. I don't dislike it. I don't know why they did it. I'm hoping there's a good reason. And I'm hoping that I'll find out what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed this. Listening to some trailers with us. Listening to us watching trailers and then talking to you about said trailers. You're like an audio cuckold in this trailer. It was good for us. We hope it was good for you. If you like what we're doing here and you want to help us out financially, you can do so by going to patreon.com/artfulgremlins. Every single dollar helps. Every single one. They help keep the lights on. They help cover the server costs. We appreciate it so much. If you cannot help us financially, there's no problem with that. We're not mad at you. We completely understand. You guys can tell your friends about us. You can tell your family about us. You can tell your neighbors about us. And if you're really feeling squirrely, you can rate and especially review us on iTunes. That helps us out more than you can ever imagine it. If you want to talk with us, if you want to communicate, there's so many ways to do that. You can email us, nerdynomicon@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at nerdynomicon. You can join the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/nerdynomicon. It's Nerdynomicon coming and going. It's just all over the place with Nerdynomicon, so you never have an excuse not to find us. So that's how you can help us out. That's how you can talk to us. And Adrian and I are going to go to bed separately, because he's afraid of me spooning him. And we're going to have trailer dreams about the trailers that we've seen.
I'm excited for all these trailers. I'm also excited to go to bed. It's been a hell of a week.
I got to be honest, we kind of rushed through Thor right there. I looked down and saw what time it was. I'm like, oh shit, Adrian needs to sleep.
It's all right. I only have to be up in 5.5 hours for... Oh, no, 6.5 hours. To get ready for it.
Yeah, me too.
It's all right. It's worth it.
Me too.
You're worth it. All of you are worth it.
All right, that's going to take us out of it. Until next week, I've been Robbie.
And I've been Adrian.
Let's close the book.